What's up? It's Ashlyn Makes Food, and today we're making a copycat Cafe Rio sweet pork salad. Let's do this. This recipe is pretty easy, but it can be a little bit labor intensive. You can make things prior the night before to make your dinner prep a little bit easier. I'm doing this kind of all spread out throughout the day. I'll be finishing this up after the gym. So it is possible to do on a busy day, but maybe this is a better recipe for a Saturday or a Sunday. First step is getting the meat going. This is a drop in and forget about it. Put your pork in the crock pot, leave it on low for 6 to 8 hours, and then that's when the real fun starts. So let's do this. Make sure to check out the description down below for the full list of measurements and ingredients. If you've never had Cafe Rio or never heard of Cafe Rio, it is a fresh Mexican food grill. They are most famous for their sweet pork, which is what we're making here, as well as their famous house dressing. Cafe Rio is pretty similar to Chipotle, Barbacoa, or even Costa Vida. They prioritize using fresh ingredients and homemade everything, from their tortillas to the sweet pork and that sweet green house dressing. It is all made with the freshest, tastiest ingredients. They have no freezers or microwaves, so everything is made fresh in-house. Now that our crock pot is started, it's time to sit back and relax. Not really, we've got a lot more prep to do. We are making their famous house dressing. This is a buttermilk ranch cilantro tomatillo dressing. You would normally make this with buttermilk, but I didn't have any, so I am making homemade buttermilk. Give this little mixy mix. Now we let this sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. This dressing is creamy, tangy, zesty, and depending on if you like it spicy or not, you can make it have a little kick to it. I will say the hardest part of making this dressing is picking the leaves off of the cilantro stems. You can cut it up, but if you do this, you may end up chopping some of the stems up, which is okay if you get a minimal amount, but if it's too much, it can clog up the spout of the dressing holder. So I try and just pick off as much as I can instead of chopping. I know, it's time consuming, but it's also so worth it. And the nice thing about making this dressing is you can use it on whatever else you would like. If you're making a chicken salad, this dressing will be perfect. Maybe you have a Greek gyro and wow, I would like a bite if you have that. This dressing is so popular that people will go to Cafe Rio just to order some of their homemade house dressing. I would do the same, but I know the secret recipe. Wink, wink. I should clarify, this isn't the official Cafe Rio recipe. It is just a copycat version that I got from my aunt, and she has been making it for many years, and my family has been making it for many years. If I'm being a little bit lazy, but I really want Cafe Rio, I will just skip the dressing and the rice and just make the meat, because that meat is something else. Oh my goodness. If you're someone who thinks cilantro tastes like soap, maybe don't make the dressing. Delicious. So let's put this in the fridge. Next up is the rice. Lucky for me, I already have an onion that was pre-cut and frozen. So half of an onion diced up. This one can be a little bit difficult to blend since there is not much in here to blend. So just take it slow. If you need to add a little bit of water, that's okay. But keep it under 1/4 cup if you do add extra water. I'm adding just a little bit of water. Started spraying everywhere. This is looking perfect. We finished prepping the ingredients for the rice, so I'm going to place these into the fridge until I'm ready to use. We have all of the prep work done for our Cafe Rio. The pork still has about 5 hours. It's going to be a late dinner tonight, but that's usually how it is because got to go to the gym and then we got to finish making dinner. So you may or may not see me because I'm not going to be looking too cute after the gym. I'm not sure if we're to that stage in our relationship yet. But let me know. Are we? Unfortunately, I was not feeling ready in that step of our relationship to show you what I look like post-gym, but it's time to finish off this meat. Drain that juice and get to shredding. If you know me, you know that shredding is my least favorite part, but it's gotta be done. Before I start shredding, I like to pour my enchilada sauce into the crock pot. That way the crock pot doesn't overheat and the sauce can start warming up. So once I put my meat in, it's a little bit more close to that temperature. It's now time for the worst part, which is shredding the meat. Since we've cooked it on low, it should shred really easily, but it is still my least favorite part. If you know how to get this shredded faster, let me know. I would love to know. The recipe I use is a little bit vague as to how much brown sugar to put in. It just says 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of brown sugar per pound of meat. I normally opt for the 1/4 cup just so it's not too sugary. Cafe Rio offers a variety of dishes using their sweet pork. My favorites are their sweet pork salad and sweet pork burrito or enchilada. They also offer nachos, tostados, and tacos. So you can really use this sweet pork recipe along with the house dressing and make whatever you want with it. I will normally make a salad and a burrito just because I can't pick one or the other, and I love adding a ton of toppings onto my salad. So when you go to make this, make sure you choose whatever toppings you would like to put on your salad or your burrito or tacos or whatever you choose to make with this sweet pork recipe. If you want to try this recipe out but you are worried about wasting it, don't worry. This recipe is perfect for a make ahead, put in the freezer, and take out when you are ready to use it. In fact, I always plan on only eating about half of what's made and freezing the other half. Plus, it also makes me feel like it was a little bit more worth it to me for spending so long making this meal. Now I know I at least have another meal in the freezer, because as much as I love this meal, it takes so long. But if you're able to freeze some, then it makes it a little bit more worth it. Cafe Rio offers black beans or pinto beans. I just always use black beans, and I always just salt and pepper them. But if you have a better way of seasoning your black beans, let me know, because I've always wanted a better way. I just haven't found the way that's right for me. You can use whatever tortillas you like. I really like the Tortilla Land ones that you just cook up yourself, but you can also use the already cooked versions or go all out like Cafe Rio and make homemade tortillas. That is just something I have not ventured into yet. Maybe I'll give them a try. Let me know in the comments down below. Would you like to see a homemade tortilla video? Or maybe you just have a request that you want to see me make. Leave a comment down below with your request and I will add it to my list of recipes to make for you. Now that everything is finally prepped and prepared, it is time to plate. The hard part is deciding whether you want a burrito first or a salad. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more yummy recipes every week. Have a happy day and I will see you later.